Hello, everyone. Last night I played three games. I think I played okay in all three of them. I lost the first game and then I won the next two games. The last game I played, seemingly was just in the middle of nowhere, and every single round I ended up getting a victory. I think in the later one of the later rounds on a very big multiplier. I ended up pushing my elo into a 925. I'm currently in sixth place here in the Master 2. Really eyeing up this potential promotion into Master 1. So I'm really trying to just lock in today. Hopefully, I can see the game pretty well. And I can string together a couple of victories to bump me up here into this top five spot. I mean, as of now, it looks like I really just need one victory. So for me, I feel like the pressure is on a little bit. I didn't get off to the best start of the week. I went 0-3. I had been losing a lot of games. I've only won four games out of the nine games that I've played this week. So I've had some mixed results. I'm not really sure what to think of what today is going to be like, but I think I just ought to get into it and play some duels. Let's just get into it, get into the first duel of the day here. Okay, got a good looking opponent here. Wait for good luck. Looks like I should be in the. I don't know where we see that. Looks like we're in the southern hemisphere based on the sun there. See this palm? I really hate these middle of nowhere rounds again with these. The sun does appear north. Can it ever be like one of these islands? No, I don't think it's tropical enough. I do see this palm over here. White car. Well, the other players placed their pin. Could it be Chile? Middle of nowhere Chile. I don't know. I'm going to go in Indo here. The other person goes in South Africa, and it was actually in Brazil. Okay, that was an interesting round. Chile would have been an awesome hedge. Never saw that car in Brazil, though. Yeah, I just don't know where to go. I'm going to go in Australia. I feel like it's not, but the other player goes Tasmania. Okay, and it was one of the islands, so seemingly only getting these very difficult rounds so far. Here we are in Europe. Thinking this could be Bulgaria or Romania. I think that could be Bulgaria. Also mindful. Yeah, I think these cans, right? These garbage bins should be Bulgaria. I'm going to go ahead and place the pin here in the mountain area. The other person also goes Bulgaria. It was Bulgaria. Doing some damage to me yet again. Not getting anything on the car. It does feel like it's Europe, though. I mean, really, you got to be like Rainbow to figure this kind of stuff out. Just don't know really where this can be. I'm going to go in Serbia. Don't know why. The other person goes in France. Okay, and it was, what is this, Corsica? Anyway, I was closer. I'm going to do some damage. Can't remember the name of this island. This ought to be like down here, Argentina. Place the pin. The other person goes in northern Argentina. Okay, I had a much better guess there with the multiplier doing a nice chunk of damage here. Here we are in some woods again. We do have this shorter antenna. Sun is in the south. I'm thinking this is Europe again. Why do I feel like Luxembourg? The other person goes in Romania. And okay, it looks like Poland that time. That's going to do a tiny chunk of damage. I mean, there's just like no infrastructure to really go on here. It's going to go in Hungary. The other person goes in Germany, and it was Czechia. So chipping away here. Very, very difficult rounds. Okay. Black. Black on white. These mountains. I feel like these wider kind of mountains should be in this area. I don't see any rifts in the sky. I don't think Croatia has the black. I'm gonna hedge it here. Hopefully this is a good guess. The other person goes in Spain. It was Spain. That's probably gonna knock me out. Yeah. Oh well. I got merched. What are you gonna do? Good game. I should have known that. Still in 8th place. Still in top 10. I can probably pull it together here. Yeah, sometimes what are you going to do? I think I played well, all things considered there. Maybe would have had a few opportunities to knock that player out of the game, but the multipliers add up. I'm going to get into another game here. Hopefully I have some better luck. Okay, I got a really good looking player here. Going to wait for good luck. Looks like the U.S. It is the U.S., and that looks like a Texas state flag. I'm going to go in the east of Texas here. Looks more green. The other person goes in Iowa. Okay, I had it pretty much spot on. Luckily, I saw the flag and recognized it. It's U.S. again. Terrible camera coverage here. I'm gonna go in the southeast somewhere, maybe Georgia or something. Let me see what happens here. The other person goes in Illinois. It was Alabama. Okay, just plonking it in the United States. Not doing too bad of a job with it. Give me another one of those. Okay, here we go. Very flat. I think this is Europe. See this pickup truck. I don't know where this is. I'm going to go in the U.S. again. I know it's not there. Person goes in Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin. Excellent guess. So 3 U.S. in a row, and I did not get the third one. Looks Argentinian. Those poles. It's definitely Argentina. Very flat. Can this be like this this area down here, Buenos Aires province? I'm gonna go for it. Not sure where that can be. The other person goes in the same area. It was much further north. It's gonna do some more damage to me. Okay, here we are in Colombia. Go up this way. Person does the same thing. Okay, and it was further south. Okay, getting a little bit deeper into the multipliers here. Respect, okay. Appears to be Spanish with some very thick coverage here. I'm not 100% certain where this could possibly be. I do feel like there's some camera blur. I mean, it could be Ecuador with that. If this is Spanish, preparado, fresno, respeta, something, yeah. I'm just going to go Ecuador and just kind of hope for the best here. The other person goes in Colombia. It was Mexico. Okay. Go figure. This has to be Oman. Truck with the antenna right in the middle. I'm just going to go this way. I think the other player's going to get it as well. It was the very southwest area. This should be Namibia. I think it's Namibia. I'm just going to kind of hedge it in the middle again. The person goes in the way north. Wow, I don't know how they knew that. Knocks me out of the game. What an excellent guess that was. Okay, so I'm not really doing too good. I'm losing a lot of games. I don't know what the meta was to know exactly that that was the that particular area. Let me take a look at that. I mean, sometimes you just can't seem to win. Only won 4 games out of 11. Still top 10 somehow. 892 on the ELO. Sometimes I don't know what I got to do to win a game. I'm gonna get into another one that I think I have to throw away. Somebody's at the door. Sun appears in the north. I have no idea where this is. Let me go to Lesotho. Oh, that's the wrong continent. All right, I'm back. I had to go answer the door. I was expecting a very important delivery. Here we are in Australia. Mountain coverage. Wondering if this could be Tasmania. Gonna go for it. The person goes Tasmania as well. And it was the, yep, hello. Scandinavia. Sweden. Finland, Sweden. Other player places their guess. Goes Sweden as well, and it was Sweden. It's the same area of Argentina. No. Other person goes in Uruguay. Okay, it was southern Argentina again. I didn't go far enough south, unfortunately. Able to do a nice chunk of damage. This is potentially India. Or Sri Lanka, but I don't know if they have the crap cam there. Could be Nepal, maybe. What is this language? I think this is the north of India. At the very least, the north of India. Hedge it closer to Nepal just in case. I'm not sure where this is. The other person goes in Bengal. Okay, it was nowhere close. It was actually Maharashtra there. UK. I'm going to go for it. I'm not sure where else that'd be. Sun is in the south. The other person goes further south. Again, what is that? It looks like Scotland that time. Maybe they do a good chunk of damage. This is India again. I think it's definitely India. I just don't know where. I'm not getting anything on one of the pole tops. I'm not seeing a language anywhere. I gotta get a little bit south. I shouldn't do this. It feels south to me. Gonna go for it here. The other person goes in the north, and it was kind of halfway. Kind of split the difference in terms of points there. This is probably Switzerland. Kind of feels low cam. Let's plonk this thing smack dab in the middle of Switzerland. The person goes in Austria, and it looks like it was technically Austria, but they're able to stick around for another round at least. Okay, here we are in Europe again. Extremely flat. Red brick building over there. I can't tell if this is maybe France or Poland. I mean, that pole kind of looks French. I'm going to do it. Only because I see this pole that looks like it's one of those ones that looks like a lat pull down bar. The other person goes in Germany. Okay, and it was the south of France. Nice chunk of damage. I just should have just center plonked it and I would have won that game. Double yellow outside. Black truck. Gray truck. Driving on the right. EU license plate. This is Turkey. This is definitely Turkey. Very, very large mountains. I unfortunately don't know the geography of Turkey well enough, except for maybe over here that would have mountains. Maybe up here. Safest thing to do is probably just go in the middle. Closer to the middle. The other person goes in southwest Turkey, and it was the southern part of Turkey. Long antenna. See these, this is Albania. The tanks and the rifts in the sky has got to be Albania, right? The other person goes in the northern part of Albania. Luckily, I was closer, able to pull off a victory here. Finally. What does that do? Bumps me back up over 900 again. I do think I'm going to do one more game. I feel like really don't think I've been playing too bad this entire time. So let's do another one. See if I can get a win streak going. Got a little bit of a gambler's mentality sometimes. I start winning. I want to keep winning. Okay, you got a good-looking player. About evenly matched here. 2-game win streak. Fellow American. This should be Germany. No reason to believe it's not like the exact center of the country. Place the pin. Okay, and it almost was the center of it, so I'm starting off okay. Got this white car. White road lines. I think it's Southeast Asia. Well, some is in the north. I suppose this could be Indo. I don't really have a pole top to go on. Oh, I think that should have been like Kalimantan, but nope. Okay, I was close enough. Very good. Okay, doing a little bit of damage there. Straight yellow line. What's in the south? No, I mean the yeah. Okay, the sun is in the south. These pole tops to me look like I've seen these in Russia before. I don't know where there's a yellow line. It's fall coverage. Do I go further east to Russia? In Russia? Maybe I do. The other person goes in Canada. Okay, and it was actually Nova Scotia. Never seen those pole tops. Or no, what island was this? St. Pierre and Miquelon. Okay, here we are in Malaysia. I'm just going to hit the send button on this one. The person goes in the same spot. Okay, and was further northwest. Able to do some damage there. Black car. Someone's in the north. Is it in the north? I don't think we can tell. Oh, okay, there we go. This is South Korea. Kind of close to the water. I don't know if that's a lake. Let's just go in the middle. The other player goes in the west. Okay, it was northwest. West of Seoul there. Blue car. Should be Australia. I don't think it is Australia anymore. Should be. Should be Western Australia, actually. Oh, no. Okay, I got lucky. I saw the... that's going to knock the player out of the game. Thought I saw the Bollard. I thought it might have been a Western Australia one. Luckily, I picked a good guess. Getting a victory here. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm very scatterbrained at the moment. Pretty much back to where I started. All right, like I said, I got a little bit of a gambler's mind. I started winning again. I want to keep winning. I'm still really eyeing this up. I want to see if I can get there today. If I can get a 3-game win streak against a good opponent, I have a good chance of getting into the top 5, and that's what I'm going to do now. Don't really feel like I deserve it with how I've been playing lately, but the ELO is the ELO. Okay, we got a good-looking opponent. Wait for good luck. This is the U.S. North or South Dakota. Maybe Nebraska even. Kind of like North Dakota. This is a commit though. The other person goes in, I think Idaho that was, and it was Nebraska. I had it right the first time. Here we are in Europe. Concrete road. I'm gonna go like Poland here. Not sure. Hungary. It was Bulgaria. Okay, neither of us were right. This is Bangladesh. Should get me through the round here. There go Dhaka as well. Pretty much a break even. Looks like a Mexican pole. I guess I don't really have a choice. I'm going to go kind of down this way. I think this is Mexico. It's not. It's actually Ecuador, I think, with the double. I should have switched that. The other person goes Mexico as well. Okay, both of us were wrong, and I was wrong again on my second guess. This person's going quick. Don't like this guess at all. The other person goes in Spain. Okay, it was Bulgaria again. Able to do a really good chunk of damage there. Maybe if I look again, I could see that Bulgarian antenna meta, but we'll see. Sun is in the south this time. No clue what to make of this landscape. There's some mountains over that way. Kind of feels Mediterranean, but I don't see a car meta at all. I don't know where to really guide myself. I'm going Spain. The person goes in, I think, Hungary, and that was Mexico of all places. Extremely difficult round. Live to fight another day. I see this kind of holy pole. And I think this puts us in Sri Lanka. I believe the other player found it. I'm going to go right in the middle of Sri Lanka here. The other person goes further south. Had it almost spot on. Luckily, it didn't hurt me too bad. Okay, getting into the 8th round. Very large multipliers. Looks to me like this is the United States. Sun is in the south. Not sure what to make of these poles. I'm going to go kind of hedge this here in like Iowa. The other person goes in, I think, Colorado. It was south of Minnesota that time. That's going to knock this player out of the game. Very good game. Sometimes I get US and I can guess pretty good. Is that enough to get me in the top 5? It actually is. I'm in 4th place. Very cool. I've been kind of mentally speaking a little bit anxious to play the game lately. I've been getting into these deep games. I'm very mindful of elo, and perhaps my stress is coming out a little bit in the game. I'm doing a lot of second guessing, but I'm just trying to remain locked in. Luckily, I'm at a 50-50 on the week. I've been battling. I'm finally able to get into this fourth place spot. We'll see if that's able to hold. I want to keep going. I really do, but I also understand that I need to get going pretty soon here. So I'm going to shut it down on that high note, a 3-game win streak here, and I will be back very likely Sunday to check in on this. And if I think I have a chance to get promoted, I'll play some duels and see what happens. But I'm going to shut it down now.